Why spend $380 on both pedals so you don't have to? One costs 4 times more, but it sounds identical. Hear the difference? Most don't. The cheaper one wins in one surprising area, and I'll tell you which one to buy in the next 2 minutes. I'm Jorge, let's settle this. Same preset, same settings, straight into my interface. Identical. They share the same modeling engine, same amp algorithms, same effects library. In a blind test you can't tell them apart. So, why does one cost $350 and the other one $80? The GP-5 holds 15 NAM amp capture slots and the GP-200 only 5. So NAM, it stands for Neural Amp Modeler. Captures real amplifiers using AI, vintage Marshalls, rare Dumbles, boutique amps you'd never afford. So with 50 slots you can load an entire collection. The GP-200 limits you to 5. The GP-200 has more built-in amp models and supports longer impulse responses. 100 IR slots at 2048 sample versus the GP-5's 50 slots at 1024 samples. Better cabinet resolution, but most can't hear the difference in the mix. Love downloading custom amp captures? GP-5 wins. Want more built-in amps? GP-200. Let me save you 8 minutes. Here's the answer. Buy the GP-5 to record at home, practice in your bedroom, travel with gear, or you're just starting with multi-effects. It's USB powered, it fits in a jacket pocket, it has 15 amp slots for custom amp captures, $80. Done! Buy the GP-200 if you gig regularly, need to switch presets with your Fitbit song, or you're just running external pedals through an effects loop. 8-foot switches, metal construction, built for the stage, $350, that's it, that's your decision. But if you want to know why, the technical details that justify the price difference, you just stick around because there's one connectivity feature on the GP-200 that changes everything for a specific type of player. GP-5, 237 grams, USB powered, pocket sized, plug into your laptop and you're just recording in 30 seconds. No power supply, no cables, no setup. GP-200, metal construction, needs its own power supply, weighs 3 times more, but look at this. 8-foot switches, 3 modes each, 24 functions, preset up, preset down, tap tempo, tuner, effects on and off, you're changing sound mid-songs without bending down. That's why it's built like this. GP-5 has 1-foot switch, 4 preset changes, you're just reaching down. You can add external controllers, but with cables and power, you're approaching GP-200 money and losing the portability advantage. Gig regularly? GP-200. Recording at home? GP-5. That's it. Now here's the connectivity difference that actually matters. Effects loop for analog pedals, balanced XLR outputs for PA systems, MIDI in and out, 2 expression pedals input, and it's a 4x4 USB interface. 4 inputs, 4 outputs, record dry guitar on one track, processing on another. 2 channels left over, perfect for reamping or running dual amp rigs. The Valeton GP-5 works as a simple 2x2 USB audio interface, with stereo inputs and output over USB, a headphone jack, and an aux input for backing tracks. It lets you record your processed guitar tone directly into your DAW. However, the unit also sends a dry signal through USB and there's currently no option for control or mute that dry-wet mix internally. Okay, so for this little guy, no effects loop, no MIDI, no XLR, but for home recording, 2x2 is just plenty. So the GP-200's extra I/O matters if you're just integrating external pedals or going directly to PA regularly. If not, you're playing ports you won't use. And there's one more difference most reviews just skip. So GP-200, larger color screen, easier to read on stage, 300 preset slots, just enough multiple bands, tunings and genres. GP-5, smaller screen, more scrolling, 100 preset slots, still plenty for most players. Both have the same desktop editor, drag and drop effects, visual routing. Screen size only matters if you're just editing on the fly during shows. Both have the same effects library, 100 plus effects, no difference there. Now, let me tell you which one I actually use. So here's the truth, I own both. And I use the GP-5 for 90% of my recording in practice. This little guy just sits on my desk always plugged into my laptop. I grab my guitar, hit record, and I'm just capturing ideas in seconds. No power supply to find, no cables to untangle. For songwriting, demos, YouTube videos like this one, the GP-5 is always ready. I only grab the GP-200 when I need fast presets changes or when I'm running my analog delays through the FX loop. That's maybe 10% of my playing time. The rest, it sits in its case. Let me give you the real decision framework based on actual use, not just specs. So you buy the GP-5 if you're just a bedroom player, content creator, songwriter capturing ideas, or just travel frequently. You want something that's always ready, doesn't need a power supply, and fits in a backpack. The 15 amp slots mean you can load every amp capture you find online. You get 100 presets, that's 100 different tones. Unless you're playing live regularly, you'll never outgrow this. So you buy the GP-200 if you're a working musician who gigs weekly, a session player who needs instant preset access, or you're just building complex rigs with external pedals. You need those 8-foot switches for hands-free control. You need the effects loop for your vintage analog pedals. You need MIDI to sync with other gear. You need XLR outs to go straight into the PA. The GP-200 is built for professional environments where you can't bend down to change settings. Here's my advice. If you're unsure, just start with the GP-5. You can always upgrade later. So you buy the GP-200 first and realize you don't need those 8-foot switches or effects loop. You just spent an extra $250 for features you're not using. Either way, you're just getting professional quality tones. The only real question is how much control and connectivity do you actually need. So I've linked both units in the description with their current prices, and sometimes the GP-200 even goes on sale, which makes the choice a bit easier. Those are affiliate links, so if you decide to grab one, it helps to support the channel at no extra cost for you. Please tell me in the comments which one you'd pick and why. Team portability or team control. I'm genuinely curious what matters most for you. Subscribe and hit the bell button for more content like this. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.